May I say all protocols observed and say good afternoon? I didn't know that Venice was going to establish my credentials. I was going to do that myself because I don't want you to think I just got off the boat. So, Richard, stand up. Stand up. Does anybody else in this room remember when Richard was skinny? Good, I have some witnesses because most people never believe me. Even his wife didn't raise her hand, you notice down here? Okay. When I sent an email to Richard to say I was coming to this graduation, that I wouldn't want to miss it for anything because I got an invitation, I didn't know it was going to land me on the program. But Richard always has a motive, you know. And I know Richard wanted me to make sure that all of you hear about a special new national program. You may have heard about it in your training, I don't know. But that a team of us from Parenting Partners Caribbean has been very privileged to work on over this past year. Richard is a partner, by the way. And we've worked on this with a whole lot of people, including meetings with children, with parents, and with a lot of people who work with parents. But before I tell you about this new initiative, I want to do a teeny mini survey. I want to see the hands of those of you. I know you're going to credit your facilitators and organizers of the course and trainers and stuff like that for your experience. But I want to ask, how many of you learned something valuable that you could use in your parenting or caregiving from another parent in your group? I see a lot of hands. You learned something valuable from one of your other group members. I hear lots of hands and murmurs. Okay. How many of you now, this is the second question, how many of you believe that you gave something valuable to other parents in your group, that they learned from you? Wonderful. Just as many hands, that's great. So how many of you would be glad if you had the opportunity to continue this kind of experience throughout the year? Well, that's fantastic, because the kinds of experiences that you've just raised your hand about are what this new initiative, which is called Parents Places, is going to be about. Parents Places are going to be places that parents or parents-to-be or caregivers can go to for parenting courses, practical parenting information, for social, recreational activities with other parents or with their own children, and for guidance perhaps to other services. Could be even other things as well. Now these Parents Places are going to be set up by community organizations and groups just like the ones who are named here. Like Hope for Children Development Company, we expect is going to be one of the first ones. And these Parents Places are going to be in settings very familiar to you in your community. NGOs, schools, community centers, churches. So organizations or community groups that want a parent's place in their community are going to have to apply, and there'll be some basic requirements to make sure that these parents' places everywhere hold to a standard and make sure that parents, wherever they go, are going to get good quality service and respectful service. The applications will be approved by a new national body called the National Parenting Support Commission. It's on the brink of being created. You may have heard about it, but it's just about to be legislated. Once approved, each parent's place will receive a sign and a logo that says Parents Place. So it might be the HCDC Parents Place, or the Church of God Parents Place, or the St. Andrew Technical High School Parents Place, whatever. And they'll have the logo. And the idea of the sign is so the parents will know that this is where you can go. And so anytime you see that sign, the sign will be the same everywhere. You know that you can go there for solid information and sound advice and other activities. The new parents' places will also be given a kit of the best parenting materials we can put together that exist in Jamaica. Manuals, posters, books, all kinds of things that can be a resource for parents, that can also be a resource for the people who assist the parents' places, like the facilitators and the resource persons. And later this year, there will be training courses to improve the skills of facilitators who are going to work in these parents' places. So, listen out. You should hear more about these developments soon. And hopefully, more importantly, we hope that you, in your own community, in your own organization, will become involved in making sure that your community, your organization, your community group has a parents' place there or someplace near enough that you can reach. And perhaps you will assist as a volunteer in helping some of the activities in the parents' place. Maybe you'll attend another course there. And lost my place. Okay, maybe you'll attend another course there, and in fact, it's when we see events like this, we know that the parents' places all over Jamaica are not only needed, but that there will be a positive and a welcome response from